Hello, everyone. I'm Teena Down, owner of Vacations for Canadians, and thank you for joining us while we celebrate Princess Cruises as our supplier of the month for the month of June. We are so excited to welcome Norma Rodriguez from Princess Cruises. Norma's here to give us a closer look at the Princess experience and share what makes Princess such a great fit for us Canadian travelers. From their destination-rich itineraries to their easy onboard experience and signature Princess service. Please help me in welcoming Norma.
Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate the warm welcome, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to talk things Princess. Again, my name is Norma Rodriguez, and I am National Account Manager for Princess, covering today this evening for Susan Carvalho. But I am excited and delighted to be the Vacations for Canadians Supplier Partner of the Month. So thank you very much, Tina, for this honor. And this evening, yes, I will share all the reasons why you would want to cruise with Princess on your next vacation, and also why June is the perfect time to plan your next cruise with who? Vacations for Canadians. Because guess what? We have some exclusive opportunities to share with you in this evening. So let's take a look and start with letting you know we are celebrating 60 years. That's a milestone. But guess what? It reflects a great legacy. It reflects 60 years of love and travel. And you know what? We're still focused on what matters most, which are fresh experiences, continued innovation for you. And 60 years also means deep operational know-how and the ability to keep evolving. So, when you're sailing with Princess, you're sailing with experience. We have the experience to make your vacation memorable. Now let's take a look at this brand sizzle, which defines very well the Princess experience.
To the wild, to the wild, to the wild I go. Oh, oh, oh. To the wild I go.
Amazing. And what does Princess Cruises look like today? Well, here's the quick experience. There's the experience in these 5 pillars, these 5 headliners. First, desired global destinations, itineraries across over 345 destinations. Yes, you heard that right. 345 destinations. And we also offer these immersive shore options. We also have that personalized service. So when you get on board our ships, you're going to have those big ship amenities with a small ship feel. And then the great value, the base fare that covers your stateroom, dining, entertainment. And then you want to make it a more all-inclusive feel? Add one of our Plus or Premier packages and just keep it simple. Our vibrant ships with the lively piazza, the energy, the live music, but we also offer quiet spaces for true relaxation. So you can, back and forth, whatever your mood. And how about the elevated dining? I'm a foodie, so I love my food. So definitely dining is an important factor on this cruise vacation. And we offer you destination inspired ingredients. We offer flexible, complimentary dining in your cruise base fare. We offer casual dining, specialty dining, so you're never bored. You will never be bored on a Princess ship when you have to make a selection on where or what you want to eat. Now let's talk about where we sail and how easy it is to get around. Yes, Princess has multiple major home ports in North America, and that variety just makes it easier to match the right itinerary, right? So if you're looking for something closer, these are the home ports that you can definitely access a Princess cruise. In Canada, you'll see we have home ports in Quebec City as well as in Vancouver. But throughout throughout the states, even in San Juan, Puerto Rico, that being our most recent home port. So East, West Coast, all the way to Alaska, Hawaii, whatever is your calling and where you want to be, we can take you. Our fleet, 17 ships. Correct. You heard me right. It's 17 ships. And yes, with our 17 ships, like I mentioned, we go over to 345 destinations. So this fleet is designed to cover the world. Here's the full lineup at a glance. You'll see the Coral class, the Diamond, the Grand class, the Super Grand class, the Royal and Sphere class. Each category, each ship has its unique size, and there's a variance. You'll see, ships with a guest capacity of 2,000 guests, and all the way through our new Sphere class, which is our largest ships yet. But trust me, no matter the size or the ship, the Princess Promise is consistent. We offer you service, value, and focus destination. So let's see our new Sphere class with our new two ships, the Sun Princess and the Star Princess. That's the buzz. That's been our buzz since 2024 when we introduced the Sun Princess, and in 2025, late 25, when we introduced the Star Princess. And can you believe that the Sun Princess, in its debut year of 2024, won the Condé Nast Traveler Reader's Choice Award for Best Mega Cruise? And if you're asking or thinking, what is a mega cruise? Well, a mega cruise is a cruise that accommodates over 4,000 guests. So this Sphere class is our largest, and it has a purpose. That size, that increase in capacity has a purpose, which I'll explain to you in a little bit. But I just want you to understand that these ships are winning the awards. It's travel awards, which means you will get an amazing experience aboard. And here's some statistics that just help give you some perspective. Again, it's 4,300 guests is the capacity, 1,133 feet the length, 21 decks, 2,157 guest cabins, and over 30 restaurants and bars. So on the Sun and Star, you will have plenty of choices, places to have dinner, bars to congregate and socialize with friends and family, or just meet new people while you're traveling. This ship has a unique feature that none of our other ships have. It's called the Dome, and it's a beautiful space during the day that you'll see in this photo. You'll see the indoor pool, which also extends to the outdoor, and the magnificent views all around. And here's the Dome in the evening. It transforms into an entertainment venue with a South Beach vibe, state-of-the-art lighting, and the ability to deliver stunning aerial performances. You'll see the piazza. Now, the piazza is not exclusive to the Sun and the Star. Yes, the Dome is, but the piazza, all our ships have this section, the piazza, and it's a spherically designed piazza. It's infused with lights, and it's stunning. Everyone hangs out in the piazza. So we have to show it a little love. We filled it with a 3-deck high spherical window that boasts ocean views in every direction, and even an LED wall for extra pizzazz. And you'll see here the pizzazz in the evening entertainment, one of the social areas of the ship that people just love to congregate because of the vibe. And let's play a little video of the Star, our newest ship. And you saw a lot of Alaska in that video. It's because Star debuted in Alaska this year. So yes, for 2026, we have a brand new ship in Alaska. It's sailing out of Seattle, doing the Inside Passage round trip. Now, remember previously I mentioned that these ships were larger, and there was an intention to that. There was a purpose. Because of the size of these ships, we were able to introduce the ship within a ship concept. And maybe you've heard of that. It's an area, it's a more elevated premium space on the sun and the star, where if you want to have maybe a more elevated experience, this is the area that you should book into. These are elegant, social, excuse me, serene surroundings with curated elements across 215 designated staterooms, of which 80 are suites, 123 of them are mini suites, 12 premium deluxe balconies. And if you'll see the sanctuary collection staterooms include unlimited drinks, specialty dining. They have their own sanctuary club, and this is the poolside, and it's adults only, so it's very exclusive. Again, if you're looking for an elevated experience where you can have that element of privacy, but you love the big ship amenities like the casino, the shows, this is the route to take. You'll have the sanctuary club, you'll have a private restaurant. The pricing already is inclusive of all the specialty dining. So you can have dinner at your exclusive sanctuary restaurant, or you can book unlimited times in any of our beautiful specialty restaurants. Let's play a little video so you can see what that sanctuary section looks like. I just love that wall where you ring a bell and this hand magically appears with a glass of champagne. But the destinations, this is what really drives demand, our destinations. And again, I mentioned we arrived to over 345 destinations, every ocean and every continent. That span lets you stay within one brand and enjoy a completely different itinerary time over time. Here you'll see, here's the full scope of where Princess sails across classic, trending, and bucket list destinations around the world. It means you can keep the Princess experience whether you're dreaming of Alaska or Europe, or you're looking for a warm weather escape like the Caribbean, Mexico, Hawaii, or you want a longer haul discovery like Japan, Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. And how about Tahiti and the South Pacific? And don't forget, we have the World Cruise. And as you look at this list, think about your own vacation dreams. Are you craving discovery and enrichment, or are you looking for a more upbeat social energy vacation? Princess can provide both for you. And yes, that we just announced our 2028 World Cruise. It's 115 days. How amazing is that? It's round trip Fort Lauderdale. But even though the ideal is to take your 115 days, if that's not possible, well, it can also be broken into shorter segments. But our signature destination has always been Alaska. Our Alaska scale includes 8 ships right now in Alaska for 2026. We own 5 lodges. Yes, they're owned by Princess, and the staff at these lodges are Princess employees. They are my colleagues. And we visit during the land section of our Alaska scale. We visit 5 national parks. We offer over 100 tours, dedicated rail service, and motor coaches. And I'll talk a little bit more about that combination. But before I continue, I want you to know We're incredibly proud of our legacy in the Great Lands. We've been sailing there since 1969. And we've helped shape how Alaska is experienced by cruise guests. We have the best parking space. I say we have the best parking space, the best dock space in the ports we visit because of our long-standing commitment. And we continue to be recognized as the #1 cruise line in Alaska year after year. And everybody has that claim to fame, but we can prove it because we have been voted time over time by the experts, the travel partners that have consistently voted Princess as best in Alaska. They voted us best in Alaska by Travel Weekly Readers' Choice Awards 22 times, including 2025. We've won Best in Alaska every time it's been offered by the Travel Age West Association, including 2025. And just last week, the awards were given out, and we won again for 2026. And we've been named Best in Alaska in the Travi Awards for 9 consecutive years, including 2025. And these third-party awards, these endorsements mean a great deal to us. And we thank our loyal guests for choosing Princess for Alaska more than any other cruise line. So thank you very much. I actually have been to Alaska 4 to, I think, maybe 5 times, and each time has been a completely different experience. There's plenty of options, and let's start with the basics. You see Alaska, the easy route, right? I say the round trip through the Inside Passage. This is a classic. It's an easy way to experience Alaska, and just unpacking once. And then we have the Voyage of the Glacier itineraries, and these are designed for guests who want more scenic cruising because we visit more glaciers during these sailings, and it could be a south to north itinerary or a north to south itinerary. The science behind this large scale, the beauty, which is designed around these scenic cruising days. And then we have cruise tours. See all of Alaska in a cruise tour, and that's where it's combined the cruise, the rail, and the land. So choices, yes, you have a choice. Truly have a different experience on any of your options. So visit Alaska multiple times and you will have totally different experiences. Let's take a look at this Alaska video. I had an opportunity to do the cruise tour land part of a familiarization trip that was offered to me, and I was blown away by the beauty of nature. Denali Park, Mount McKinley, again staying at the lodges that are owned exclusively by Princess, and then being transported from the land portion in a rail car all the way down to catch the cruise in Whittier and Anchorage. And let me tell you, that rail car experience was so much fun. The beauty I experienced when I was sitting in the rail car with the dome glass that I could see all the beauty surrounding me. But not only that, the rail car has a dining area for wonderful meals. The conductor comes up and gives you a great introduction of what you are seeing as we move along to catch our cruise. Now, these cruise tours can be either the land part can be at the beginning or at the end of your cruise. It's up to you. So let's take a look at these itineraries. The first one I'm showing you here is the 7-day Inside Passage. This is the starter, right? This is the classic. And in this example, it's the Star Princess. Like I mentioned, Star is our new ship in Alaska this year. So we're very excited. We're very excited about having a brand new ship there. And it's a Seattle round trip that visits Ketchikan, Endicott Arm, and Dawes Glacier, as well as Juneau, Skagway, Victoria, ending in Seattle. And in this itinerary, this is a sample of a 7-day voyage of the glaciers, Anchorage to Vancouver. And this is on the Discovery Princess, where it starts in Anchorage. It visits Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay, Icy Strait Point, goes to Juneau, Ketchikan, and ends in Vancouver. So this is the north to south route. It could be a south to north route as well. And then we have our sample of our 12-day Denali Explorer. The land portion can vary. It could be 3 days land, 4 days, 5 days, depending on your schedule. But in this example, it's a 12-day Denali Explorer. So 7 days are for the cruise. And in this example, the cruise is first. And then it's followed by an interior Alaska land visit to the different parks. You're seeing here, this one visits the Wilderness Lodge, Denali Park, as well as the Kenai Princess Wilderness Lodge, all owned by Princess. But we love the Caribbean. We love the South, the East, the West Caribbean. It's always, so fun. So we're shifting from the cool and wild to the sun and escape. And the Caribbean is all about easy, sunshine, variety, and Princess is expanding what a beach day can look like. We have, like I said, Eastern, Western, and Southern itineraries to suit your preference. And I'm sorry. And when you're looking for an Eastern Caribbean itinerary that includes an easy, no stress beach day, Princess already delivers that with Princess Cays. Princess Cays is our exclusive private destination in the Bahamas, and it's available only to Princess guests. And then new to our sailings is the Celebration Key. And this is where you'll find the Caribbean's largest freshwater lagoons that are designed to offer something for every type of guest. You'll see the Starfish Lagoon, which is a friendly family combining play and relaxation with sports, dining, cabanas, and bars all in one space. And also the Calypso Lagoon, which is adult friendly, where you'll have a featured DJ and you can move from one lagoon to the other. Here's a map of what Celebration Key looks like, just to give you a visual of the layout and the vibe. And the takeaway here is that with multiple zones, dining, beach lagoon areas, Celebration Key will give you a choose your own day option. Do you want family fun? Do you want adult energy or a premium retreat? Because yes, there is a private club that you can select to visit as an excursion. Crown Princess will soon be offering round trip Barbados in addition to round trip San Juan itineraries. And so this is more South Caribbean. And towards the end of 2027 and into 2028, the Emerald Princess will be offering also these amazing Southern Caribbean itineraries that are round trip from Barbados as well, or San Juan. I know that you love Barbados. Daily flights from Toronto on Air Canada make it easy to get to Barbados, and there are so many properties to extend your stay with a pre or post cruise stay. And here's a sample. This is a 7-day Southern Caribbean with St. Lucia, round trip Barbados on the Crown Princess. And this includes visits to San Juan, St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, St. Martin, Antigua, and St. Lucia. And how about this 7-day Eastern Caribbean with Puerto Rico? This one, you'll be visiting Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. You'll also have a chance to visit San Juan in Puerto Rico and the beautiful beaches of Grand Turk in Turks and Caicos. But we also visit the Panama Canal and check out this 12-day Panama Canal itinerary out of Fort Lauderdale, visiting the beautiful island of Aruba, the vibrant city of Cartagena in Colombia, the locks of the canal. You'll be able to visit Colón in Panama, Limon in Costa Rica, Grand Cayman and Cozumel in Mexico before returning to Fort Lauderdale. So let's move on to the West Coast and let's bring it back closer to home with a destination set that's perfect for shorter escapes in the West Coast. You know, we offer a variety pack, quick getaways, iconic coastlines, and easy departure access. So we offer Mexico with their immersive ports and adventure and food and fun. Who doesn't love a great Mexican meal? And the California coast with their iconic sights, the city, the wine country escapes. And how about Hawaii for a deep cultural immersion, those iconic islands and those sites? So yes, West Coast itineraries are where ease meets experience, familiar ports, iconic destinations, and a product you can trust. Let's pivot to another powerhouse for Princess, Europe. And Europe is a core Princess strength because it naturally fits the demand of culture, history, food, and iconic sites. Starting with the Mediterranean, with those ancient ruins, the Renaissance gems, the beaches, the food, the wine. And then we move on to the British Isles, those castles, the royal landmarks, the music, the pubs, that countryside charm. And I just have it vividly in my memory bank right now because I returned barely a week and a half ago from my 12-day British Isles sailing. And I was blown away. All I could think the entire time was, what took me so long to get here? It was my first time visiting England, Ireland, and Scotland, and boy, what an experience I had. But let's not forget Northern Europe with the medieval towns, that Viking heritage, the fjords with those remote landscapes. So yes, you have with Princess, we can take you to all three areas of Europe. And here's a map of the Europe departure ports. Easy. We make it easy for you. We depart from Athens, Barcelona, Copenhagen, Istanbul, London. In London, we have not only Southampton, but we also have Dover. And how about Rome and Civitavecchia? So it's easy to grab, to fly to these ports, get on your cruise, and experience a fabulous princess vacation. And once you're on board, the port list is incredibly robust. More than 100 ports. This is why you can keep Europe fresh and come time over time, sail time over time with Princess. And I know this screen, this map looks very busy, but this is where you want to go, right? Who's counting? More than 100 ports. We can take you there. Let's play a Europe video for just to tease your I can't wait to take my next trip, my next cruise in Europe, one of my favorite places in the world. And in 26 and 27, the newer Sun Princess will be in the Mediterranean. And this example is an 11-day Mediterranean sailing, which includes visits to the Greek Isles and Italy. So Sun Princess is currently sailing the Med, but she'll be back in 2026 as well, 2027 as well. And here's the 12-day British Isles with France and Belfast. This is my trip. This is my itinerary. Yes, I did it in 2026. You should be going on this trip in 2027. It's round trip Southampton. It visits Portland, Cornwall, Cork, Dublin, Belfast, Glasgow, Invergordon, Edinburgh, Scotland, Paris, in Normandy, and then ends in Southampton. What an incredible itinerary. And here on the Regal Princess, we offer a popular 7-day North Europe capitals voyage, which it takes you from Southampton to Brussels in Belgium, then down to Rotterdam, the Netherlands, off to Oslo and Kristiansted in Norway, as well as Skagen and Copenhagen in Denmark. And we opened Europe 2028 for sale just last week, June 2nd. And we have an offer for you for Europe 2028. Book all the way through October 12th. And we are offering this amazing new early booking bonus. So choose from 150 itineraries spanning Northern and Southern Europe, transatlantic crossings and beyond. Discover more time ashore with late night stays. And this is all brought to life through our meaningful local connections program, which puts you right in the heart of the people, the places, and traditions that define our destination. Book now with our new early booking bonus offer with up to $500 instant savings plus up to $500 onboard credit. Now let's jump to one of the hottest destinations, Japan. And when I say hot, oh yeah, summer, it's really hot. But when I say hot, I really mean that that's where everyone wants to go right now. Japan is the place to visit. Everyone is visiting Japan this year. And we can we can take you to sail with the #1 international cruise line in Japan, Princess. So explore 45 destinations across 6 countries on 7 through 28-day voyages. You'll visit temples, castles, markets, gardens. I just did this trip 2 years ago and I had an amazing experience. Japan is so different. Asia is so different. And Princess positions Japan as an effortless way to experience this iconic and the hidden traditions with onboard touches like authentic cuisine, cultural performances, and multiple itineraries and destinations. So popular. I mean, we've had the Diamond Princess, and just for your knowledge, the Diamond Princess and the Sapphire Princess ships were actually built in Japan. They were built by Mitsubishi. They were built to sail in Japan. But the Diamond Princess has had its constant presence in Japan. But for 2027, we are bringing back the Sapphire Princess. Yes, we're going to have 2 ships there because of the demand. We want you to be able to book your trip on the Diamond or the Sapphire Princess. Let's take a look at Japan. Amazing, unforgettable. And in this itinerary, I'm showing you a 9-day Japan Explorer voyage. This is on the Diamond Princess that sails out of Yokohama, which is the port of Tokyo, and it stops in Toba, Osaka, Nagasaki, Busan, which is South Korea. Goes to Koshi and Shimizu, where you'll be able to see Mount Fuji on a clear day before returning to Tokyo. And on this 14-day Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam round trip, Singapore on the Sapphire Princess, this sailing takes you to Bangkok, where you will enjoy an extra time with an overnight there. And then off to Koh Samui, Thailand, Sihanoukville, Cambodia, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, Penang in Malaysia, Phuket in Thailand, Langkawi and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and then back to Singapore. What an amazing itinerary. I think that's one I need to plan for the future. I'm going to have to return. And our popular Canada and New England voyages also offer some amazing itineraries. And here's a view, a few sailings with availability this fall in Canada, New England, and much more to choose from in 2027. So why not consider sailing from Quebec City down to Boston or Quebec City to Fort Lauderdale at the end of the season? Let Princess be your cruise line of choice as you uncover the natural beauty of South Pacific, Australia, and New Zealand. You'll enjoy historic landmarks, natural wildlife, cultural immersion, and our cruise tours. Yes, we do offer cruise tours, which are several days before or after your cruise, where you can have the immersive experience of exploring that land down under. And if you're considering South America or Antarctica, we suggest you start planning early. And we do have itineraries open through 2028. A few items on board that are specific to Princess are the Princess Medallion class. If you have sailed with Princess, you know what I'm talking about. It's our technology. And if you haven't sailed with Princess, trust me, you'll be blown away with our technology. So the medallion is a wearable device which enables seamless boarding, keyless stateroom entry, on-demand delivery, depending on the part of the ship or in your room for room service, and that medallion net Wi-Fi opportunity. Yes, this is all offered through the medallion class. And so this means less time figuring things out and more time to enjoy your vacation. I really love that when you're on the ship and you're heading towards your room as you approach, the medallion technology is what makes your stateroom door do click. So that means it opens as you approach. You have to still, push the door in, but you don't have to unlock it. It's already been unlocked. Not only that, you have a like a little screen in the entrance of your room telling you, yes, Norma Rodriguez, this is your room. So if you've ever gotten lost on a ship and knocked on the wrong stateroom, well, this won't happen to you on a Princess sailing. We have you covered. And as I had mentioned earlier, there are some ways to make your sailing feel more all inclusive. And I think you'll appreciate what I'm about to talk to you about, because we certainly don't want to look at the end of the cruise and realize that we may have indulged in beverages a little too much or been to the specialty restaurants a little too much. And then when you see your folio, your statement, you still owe the amounts of money. That's not a happy ending to your cruise. You want to end your cruise on a simple note that everything has been paid for. So pay for it beforehand in a bundle and save. Yes, you will be saving a lot of money when you purchase a package. And we have two for you. So it's your choice. You can do the Princess Premier, which is our Premier package, and it's the more inclusive one because it includes your beverage package. It has drinks that are valued up to $20. It includes all your bottled water, your specialty coffees and teas. It includes as well zero alcohol cocktails. We have a new program called Pours, Pours, because we know a lot of people nowadays are just staying away from the alcohol bravo for those who do. I'm not staying away just yet. But if you do not want alcohol, this also includes the Porsche program with those cocktails. It also includes dining at our casual dining restaurants, unlimited. Also, unlimited specialty dining, unlimited room service, and the Ocean Now Deliver, which is select areas on board where you can have food or cocktails delivered to wherever you're at. And then the Wi-Fi, the best Wi-Fi at sea with our Medallion Net Max. And you can have up to 4 devices with connected with Premier package. It also includes a shore excursion credit. And this is great because it's an added value. Between $100 and $300 is the shore excursion credit, depending on the length of the sailing. On my sailing, I had the Premier package. It was a 12-day, so I received a $200 onboard credit. For sailings over 14 days, it would be $300. It includes the crew appreciation. Of course, we all want to appreciate our staff on board, and then unlimited photos. Those photos can get quite pricey. I've in the last few years I've stayed away from them just because they're just so costly, and I end up with too many photos that I never really display. But with this package, it includes unlimited digital photos and 3 prints. And also reserved seating. You'll never miss a show for lack of space. There's reserved seating for the Premier guests. And then we have the Princess Plus, which is a fantastic value as well. And this includes 15 drinks per day, each drink with a value of up to $15, up to 12 bottles of water per day, and unlimited specialty coffees. I'm a coffee fan, so I'm drinking cappuccinos all day long. And then dining as well, 4 casual dining experiences, and the free room service and Ocean Now delivery, and also Wi-Fi for 1 device. It includes the crew appreciation as well, and it has a lower cost of if you purchase it before you cruise. So make sure that when you're talking with your advisor that you are mentioning, and I'm sure they will mention it to you as well, let's add the Plus or Premier package ahead of time so you can take advantage of the savings. Now let's talk a little bit about our exclusive offers and why you would want to book during the month of June. Starting this month, book your Princess cruise through Vacations for Canadians to receive a digital coupon book with over $900 in onboard savings, where you can use for specialty dining, the Lotus Spa, one of those relaxation areas that you certainly want to enjoy, as well as this savings on shore excursions and much more. We also offer a reduced deposit with this coupon booklet. This coupon booklet is valid if you book during the month of June. So you have plenty of days left in June. Start planning today. And we love our Canadians. So yes, we have a Canadian resident rate offer. This is exclusive to the Canadian residents, and it's up to 20%. It's in savings. It's an offer that expires on June 15th. So keep that in mind to take advantage of this offer. You still have time. This one expires on the 15th. And it's available on select 2026 and 2028 sailings. It's available on over 550 voyages. Let your travel advisor walk you through the options. And that offer, the Canadian residence offer, is combinable with our public offer, which is currently running, the Discover the World sale, which also runs through June 15th, where you can enjoy up to an additional 40% off, up to $400 instant savings. And for the remaining 2026 departures, we are offering free third and fourth guests on many itineraries in the Caribbean. So plenty of opportunities, plenty of options. Again, let your Canadian vacations advisor walk you through these options. And then there's added value. I want to talk to you very quickly that as Vacations for Canadians has a special affiliation, and they're able to give you an exclusive on certain sailings, which is called, these sailings are called distinctive voyages. And these are select voyages where your advisor is able to offer you the services of a distinctive voyages host. And this is like a concierge. So you would have a concierge on this particular sailing. You're also invited to a private welcome reception. And then for me, the best value is the exclusive complimentary shore event. And that, you know how an excursion, a good excursion, has its value. And this has about a 210 through 280 Canadian dollar value per person. So just by booking through your advisor, through Vacations for Canadians, you have access to these additional value add opportunities. And here's an example of one of those distinctive voyages. This one is from November 19th through December 7th of this year. It's an 18-day Brazilian adventure. You'll see the map that is from Fort Lauderdale to Buenos Aires on the Majestic Princess. The Majestic is beautiful. She's the ship I was just on in the British Isles. And you receive that, it's a hosted voyage, so you have the services of a host, plus the invitation for that private cocktail reception. And an excursion is also included at no cost. And then here's another example. This is the 11-day Hokkaido Cherry Blossoms round trip Tokyo, Japan on the Diamond Princess, which is also a distinctive voyages exclusive, and you receive those same amenities. And the excursion is not through the cruise line. This is something that is curated and offered to you by your advisor, not Princess. And with that, I would love to thank you for your attention, and thank you for joining us. And we look forward to welcome you on board, and hopefully soon. But if it's way over there in 2028, we'll welcome you the same. So you have your options. Sailings are available. Get ready and set and go and plan your next vacation with Princess. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Norma. So we do have a couple of questions, and I actually have a couple of things myself that I wanted to say. So I actually went on the Star Princess for the inaugural ceremony in America, and we did the mini cabana suite with the Sanctuary Club. And so, I mean, I've done a lot of ship within a ship, and this was fantastic. It was, spot on. You know, the restaurant was fantastic. We love going to the lounge to have pre-dinner drinks and maybe some post-dinner drinks too.
Yes.
And love the sun deck. I mean, it was just an oasis up there. So, and I really, really appreciate the price point on it. So much that I actually booked my daughter her honeymoon on the sun in the Sanctuary Club. And
that's amazing. Oh, yeah. She's gonna love you even more than she already loves you.
And she's like, and I booked the whole thing for just over $5,000 for the week. It includes Princess Premier. She's got, her everything, her Wi-Fi, her dining, her drinks, her gratuities. She's like, I don't even other than just maybe doing a couple of excursions.
It's a great value.
And I couldn't, the price point is amazing. To get into somewhere like the Sanctuary Club for that price point, thank you. It was perfect. It's a good segue for people to step up and maybe, not book just the premium balcony or just even a balcony. Look into the price of the mini suites and look into the price of the Sanctuary Club with the mini suites or even the first tier suites. It's a great segue into that next elevated experience. So I can speak about that all day because I just loved it. We had such a good time.
You have to experience it, right? You can talk to it because
100%.
you've experienced it, and that just adds that credibility. I'm not just talking about it. You've actually experienced it, and that gives it the strength that the backing that I'm looking for. So thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that,
no,
Teena.
for sure. And everyone
Thank
knows
you.
I love my sweets. So I'm going to be a sweet critic here.
Don't we all?
I've got a lot of sweets, and it was there was just
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my second thing I wanted to say was this up to $500 off and $500 onboard credit for 2028 Europe. When does that end? Do you have
So that one ends October, I believe. Let me go back to the PowerPoint here. I believe October 12th. So you have plenty of time to plan.
Wow. I have found some fantastic deals.
Yes.
For the Europe 2028.
Yes.
And I've been looking through the sailings, and I mean, Princess does Europe really well, especially those British Isles.
That's right.
Mediterranean.
And now's the time to plan because those British Isle sailings, they fill up pretty quickly.
I know.
Me.
So
28th was the time to go.
You and I talked about it before because you just did it. I did it back in the day with the Pacific Princess, which is no longer a princess ship, but still through Princess. And it was one of those sailings that I'll never forget. The British Isles.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Yep. So definitely, I would say, you know, if you already have your 26 and 27 booked up, I would definitely start looking at 28. You're one of the first cruise lines to come out with 2028 Europe. So the itineraries are out there. It's great price points. We've got a great deal with the coupon book and, you know, the 500 up to 500 off, 500 onboard credit. So
that is so smart. That is so smart to plan. You can plan 26, 27, and 28, right? Deposits are very low. Final payment is 90 to 120 days before sailing. Why not secure your space for the next 3 years? You know, and starting right now. I mean, we have availability. We have some fabulous end of year voyages in the Caribbean right now that have availability, and then 27 still has plenty of availability, and then also 28. That's what I would do. I would plan my next 3 years.
Agreed. I actually just shared a deal today on the page that was it was East Coast. I think it was about $3,700 included Princess Plus and a distinctive voyage.
Excellent.
In a balcony cabin.
It can't get any better than that, right?
I know, right? There are some really good
when you can stack up the offers, that just gives that added value. And that's why anyone on this call, that's why they want to book through you, Teena, because you can offer them all these alternatives that they can't get anywhere else. If they were to call the cruise line directly, they can't get those distinctive voyage amenities. It's not available to them. It's exclusive through you.
Well, it's not even just that. It's we know where to look too.
You know,
not every agent out there is equal, and our team is really well versed in the cruise lines that we sell, and we know where to look. We know how to find those exclusive prices. We know, like, you know, Canadian resident rates that are going on right now. Adding on the
I love that. I love that we're giving that to Canada. And let me tell you that offer was set to expire the end of May, but because we want to continue our partnership, we extended it an extra 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
awesome. And I'm going to tell you right now, Canadians are very passionate about Canadians and Canada. So, and I think this is going to start on the questions. So I'm going to get started on the questions. All right. So Linda's been starring these for me so that we can just get right into it. So I will throw them up on the screen. So Lisa Red Scott is asking, when will itineraries be leased for May 2028 sailings? I think we just answered that.
So not all trades have been released. We're still working on, Europe was released, and I believe the Caribbean, but of course we still have plenty of other 2028 trades that need to be released, like Asia. So those will be coming soon, but we already have released Europe and Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next question, or actually comment. Would love to see more Canadian stops on the East Coast. And this is kind of the theme, Norma, that we get from Canadians is they would prefer to stay in Canada these days. It makes it a little bit tricky because we don't really have a ton of cruise ports that we can embark and debark.
Of course.
So any thoughts on where Princess is thinking about for the future of Canadian cruising?
So we're on the field. We listen to you, and we bring that feedback always to our revenue teams. Revenue teams have to look at the itineraries that make most sense revenue wise, right? It's a business. It's funny because just recently on one of our weekly calls with all the sales team, we have over 65 people on this Monday call, and one of the big asks was, can we get a sailing from Vancouver to Hawaii? That was a big ask on the call. The revenue team was on the call. This was being requested by the Canada sales team. And so revenue has to take that back. They have to run the numbers and hopefully come back with some alternatives. Right now, that I'm aware of, I'm not privy to that information. But trust me, as soon as I know, you'll know as well.
Okay. Okay. Another one too is Halifax. So I know it's not a true embark, debark port, but we do have a lot of Canadians asking. So this might be something to put forward. If they can get on or off in Halifax, and then therefore they don't have to go to Boston or New York to get started.
Thank you. I'm taking notes. And I'll share this with Susan. And Susan is awesome. And we will bring this up on our next call with the revenue team. So Halifax, I love Halifax. It's such a beautiful place.
So when people are coming back on a transatlantic, it'll often stop in Halifax before it will go to the US to debark. Mm-hmm. And so the question is always, can I get off in Halifax? And we get that quite a bit. So I know that, we do have to go through this request process with you guys. Right. It can be approved. It can be denied. There's only so many people that can actually get off because you're talking about a different country and there's a lot of, I'm sure, paperwork to be done for that. But anyways, just to bring it back, that it is something that Canadians are asking for. Sometimes it's very difficult if they live in Halifax, if they get off in Boston, to try and get back to Halifax. Surprisingly, it's actually quite difficult. They have to take, go through Toronto usually. So just something to bring up. And I'm sure I speak for a lot of people.
Thank you. I'm taking note.
Okay. So Bennett is asking, does Alaska Cruise Tours include pre-planned transportation and accommodations?
Yes. That's the beauty of this cruise tour. The pre-planned accommodations are included. What is up to options are the dining packages. You have different dining packages that you can select on these, which I always recommend because Alaska is such a beautiful country. It's a beautiful land, but guess what? They have to import everything. So if you were to have your meals on your own dime, it could get pricey. Everywhere in Alaska, food is expensive. But if you have a food package, which we have selected and prepared for you, it helps cover that concern, right? But the accommodations in our lodges with our Princess staff are included, and they're amazing. That McKinley Lounge that has a terrace in the back where you just sit there by a fire and observe and see the beauty of the Denali Peak. I mean, every one of our lodges has its uniqueness of its location, and so it just takes that experience to a whole new level of adventure and the beauty of nature.
And I love that the request is about the cruise tour because I've been to Alaska many times. I'm actually headed back there again next month. Love Alaska, but there's nothing like inland, and you can only do inland on a cruise tour. Open up your map books, everybody, and look at what Alaska is inland. It is the heart of Alaska.
It is
Fairbanks. And I remember when we did ours, and the bus driver, as soon as we turned the corner and we saw Mount McKinley or Denali, I can't keep track of what that mountain is called. And
the highest peak. It's the highest peak in the U.S. It's Denali, the Denali Peak. It's the highest peak.
Well, I guess if it was compared from the base, it's actually the highest mountain in the world, higher than Everest. But because Everest is counted by meters above sea level, it gets the title. But yeah, Mount McKinley is, or Denali, whatever it's called, it definitely is a sight to see. So I love that, we're talking about the cruise tours. All right, and then to go back to Alaska, we're talking about cruising round trip from Vancouver, and if I'm not mistaken,
And we do. We do.
Yes,
And we do. I didn't present the
That's
itinerary
far.
because I couldn't present every itinerary we have because we have so many. But yes, we do Vancouver round trips, the Inside Passage. Absolutely, we
Yep.
do.
Yep. All right. Okay. Lisa's back. Post the deals for Europe, Teena. Okay. So Lisa, yeah. I've already written down a couple for tomorrow. So I know which ones I want to post for tomorrow. So we'll definitely start posting some of these Europe tours or these Europe cruises. Okay. And here we have Bennett back again. What makes Princess the top Alaskan cruise line?
The years of experience. We've been there for over 55 years. So we know the lands, we know the people. And I hear this all the time because many times, you know, as a person who's on a vacation, you might not get all the information, especially if you're booking on your own. That's why you really have to use a qualified travel advisor that knows Alaska, because any qualified travel advisor that knows Alaska knows that because of the years that we have been in Alaska, we have premium parking at the piers. We dock in front of these towns, while other cruise lines, which I shall not mention, have to dock further out and they be transported into town. So those are things that you really have to keep top of mind. And again, I showed you the awards that we've won because our advisors have received the feedback from their clients and have nominated Princess as #1 in Alaska. So we definitely know what we're doing. So again, the years of experience, the volume of we take 8 ships this season. We have 8 ships in Alaska. That's how serious we are. Of 17 ships, almost half of our fleet goes to Alaska. That says a lot. And you know, we have those national park rangers that come on board to give those talks and those. We have a program which I didn't talk about on this call, but we have a North to Alaska program that offers an additional level of experience and that knowledge. If you're traveling with your family, if you're traveling with kids, if you're traveling with whatever level of age, we have different opportunities because we bring that knowledge on board. We bring those rangers on board to talk about what you are experiencing, what you are seeing. We have tours where you can go do your own, fish your own fish and bring it on board and we will cook it for you. That's an amazing experience. I haven't done that one yet, but I certainly would appreciate, because I'm not a fisher, but if I do fish and bring it, they'll cook for me. It'll be like a story to tell my grandchildren.
Yep. One of the things I love about these ships too that go into Alaska, like if you see something spectacular, like there's a glacier or there's some sea lions, ships will spin for you so that everybody's getting that view. I just love that. It's all about the view when you go to Alaska. So and the view.
And I love that you mentioned that, Teena. That's really important that you mentioned the view part of Alaska. And you'll notice in our Princess ships that our capacity of balconies, of balcony staterooms is much larger than ocean view and interior. And it's because that's what we want you, yes, the clients, to enjoy their time and their own private balcony and have that scenery from their balcony. So another thing that we do on our ships to make sure that the experience is the maximum experience.
Yeah, and I always say, like, you don't always have to have a balcony, but there are certain places you do, and Alaska is definitely one of them.
Alaska's one of them.
You need to have a balcony. Now, I'm having an ocean view when I go next month, but it's only because I've been there so many times that I'm okay with that. And so, definitely having a balcony is I
want to share a very quick story. I traveled last year to Alaska with my brother and his wife. I had a balcony. My brother decided to go the ocean view route, and once my sister-in-law saw my room and my balcony, she was arguing with my brother the entire time. So my brother will never ever do that again.
My best advice is actually to go with another couple, and one book's on starboard and one book's on.
Oh,
Yes,
that's a great tip.
yes. And then you make sure that you can crisscross. So when they say everyone go to starboard, you'll get this viewing. Everybody heads over.
But
We've done that. It's pretty.
when we're in Glacier Bay, we do that 360 that 360 turn. The ship actually does a 360 turn. So no matter where you're at on the ship, you are going to see the entire Glacier Bay at from wherever you're at because of the maneuver the captain does.
Yeah. All right. So next, Lisa did say for Alaska. So I think she was asking for when is 2028 Alaska coming out?
I'm not sure. I don't have that information. I know they're working on it. I know that the revenue team keeps bringing it up, but they haven't given us a definitive date. But you will know as soon as we announce this. Just for the guests we announce this to our partners first. So be in touch with Lisa and her team, with Teena and her team. Make sure that you express your interest. So as soon as Teena and her team know, they can reach out to you for your 2028 sailing.
All right.
But know that the season runs, it's the same, right? It runs from early May or late April through late September, very early October. It's always the same season.
Right. Okay, we have Kim. Are there any deals on Norwegian Fjords? So I think all 2028 Europe is actually has the 500 up to 500 onward credit and up to $500 off. Am I correct in thinking?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. And then we have, but if it's 27 that interests you, we have the offer, the Canadian offer, and our Discover the World offer as well. So never hesitate to look for pricing, right? For the time that's convenient for you, because we always have a good offer and it varies from time to time. I presented the one we have current that is through June 15th.
Yeah, and 2027, we're going to be able to find distinctive voyages. So you'll get that description, that host, that cocktail party. So there's different perks depending on which year you decide to look into. But definitely our agents know where to find those deals. So that's all good. Okay, Maria is saying, so I think Maria had asked round trip from Vancouver, which I think we assumed was Alaska. But she's asking for Hawaii.
Well, that's the one that we presented on our call. We're rooting for that one. There were several of our BDM sales managers were all asking for that Vancouver to Hawaii round trip sailing. So hopefully they'll listen to our requests, and because you speak to us, right? We have to look with serious attention what works for you, and then it's our job as salespeople in the field to present that to our internal revenue teams. They love to hear our feedback. They're going to run the numbers. If the numbers don't make sense, then it's a no. It's a no-brainer. But they will review it based on our recommendations. So that is on the table.
Awesome. Okay. I don't know that there's any more. No, I think we're good. So unless you have a question and you want to pop it in right away, we will get to it. Otherwise,
I had so much fun, Teena, sharing the information. I mean, there's nothing more gratifying for me. I'm a cruiser, so whenever I talk about Princess, I was a Princess client before I worked with Princess. I have like 10 cruises with Princess before I even worked with them. So I talk from my heart because it was my brand of choice when I was a consumer, a normal consumer.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell, when you talk to somebody and they know the brand, they've sailed the brand, you can tell that if, we sell what we love. So
we sell. I did the Mexican Riviera with my family. My daughter was turning 15. My mother was turning 80. We did a whole a multi-gen trip out of LA. I did the Alaska Inside Passage, 14 days out of San Francisco with my husband, just the two of us. So we had a whole different experience. Princess has always been my brand of choice, my cruise line of choice, and they just improved through the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're the original Love Boat, right?
Yes. Absolutely. All right. So we've had no more questions pop in. So Maria, I'm going to say thank you for joining us. And actually, there's something in here. Just let's see.
Oh, and thank you for the questions, everyone.
Here we go. Princess should make the Canadian dollar at par like Oceania. Well, Dominic, I'm going to say that the resident rates are probably their equivalency to doing the Canadian dollar at par. So I'm not sure. Do we have them on the website, Linda? I feel like we do have them on the website, but I'm not positive. Oh, there she is.
I'm hiding. I didn't expect to be on
I
camera.
know. Under the bus.
You get my emoji. But yes, we have the Canadian rates listed on the website. It's on the Princess page, and we've also got the offers for the month posted there as well.
Awesome. So vacationsforcanadians.com.
That offer is exclusive to Canadians. It's not available for any resident of the U.S.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you can call us 289-812-2355. Check out our website. We're all over social media. But other than that, I am going to thank everyone for joining us, and we'll see you on the seas. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.